do standing yoga today. So just coming to a place on your mat, your space that you have set up for you, feeling the surface underneath your feet. I recommend doing this barefoot, and you don't have to, just being mindful that if you are on a surface that socks could be slick on, to be careful of that. So just feeling the whole left foot, the whole right foot. And if you have artificial limbs, maybe just noticing the pressure in the left limb, the pressure in the right lower limb. Allowing yourself to be here, present, feeling whatever you've got, whatever is showing up with you. And see if you can just allow your body to relax a little bit. And maybe that looks like a little movement, a little wiggling, a little shrugging up and down, circling around, and breathing. Noticing that breath with you in this moment. And then just come, I'm going to invite you to come as still into your standing position as you feel ready and able to. Either keeping your eyes open with kind of a narrowed, focused gaze onto a spot out in front. Just kind of softening down that gaze to one spot, or feel free to close your eyes. I'm just going to invite you to place one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart, if that is available to you. Or just leaving your arms hanging by your sides. Noticing the breath that is here with you. Drawing that breath in and out through your nose if you're able. And if your nose is plugged up, of course, please breathe through your mouth. And if you're able to draw that air in through the nose, you're allowing it to travel down that pathway that runs along that vagus nerve pathway, allowing you to connect into your nervous system. Noticing sensations that are showing up in your body. Any kind of feeling or sensation that's here for you. Intentionally deepening your breath, feeling that breath way down into the diaphragm, so that when you fill in with that in-breath, that belly expands out, and then it's expanding up into the chest, feeling up into the collarbones. And when you exhale, that breath empties out, it exits, it leaves, everything is pulling in, belly button drawing into the spine. And again, breathe in to fill up. Breathe out to empty. Inhale. And exhale. Continue moving that breath in and out. A regulatory breath. That drawing in, holding for a moment, that exhaling out. Continue that in and out. The breath supports you in the moment. 2 hard facts in this moment that you cannot deny. You are supported by the surface underneath you. In this moment, you are supported, right here where you're at by the surface that your body is resting on, standing on, maybe seated on. If it's more available for you to do this in a chair, pull up a chair. Do some of these movements from a seated position in a chair. Keep breathing with me, in and out. I just ask that if you are in a chair, could you sit a little bit more on the edge, engaging the core, sitting up tall with the shoulders stacking over the hips, feet planted on the ground. The other truth, coming back to, is that the breath supports you in this moment. That in and out breath allows you to be here in this moment. If you were not breathing, you could not be standing here. Just invite you to drop your arms by your sides. You're welcome to keep them, your hands on your body if you'd like. But now here in this moment, you can have them drop by your side. And as you breathe in, pressing into your feet, grounding down, reaching up as you fill up your body with air. Hit the top, stretching upwards, stay here and breathe out. Use that breath in to reach a little higher. That breath out to stay right here. One more time. Inhale, stretching up. Then use that exhale to turn the palms towards the ground and slowly press down like you're moving through water. Feeling at the same time the feet really pressing into the earth. Next breath in, reach up. Then as you exhale, folding forward, hinging at the hips. Little bend in the knees, slowly dropping in, and you come to your personal degree. Maybe it's here, maybe it was here. You know, find your personal degree of dropping in. Find your edge where you're feeling the sensation that's showing up and saying, this is your place, this is your spot. And maybe that's something you're working on, you're learning to figure out. It doesn't have to hurt. It doesn't have to be uncomfortable even. You can just fold in, and as you feel a sensation that is okay enough for you, that is where you can stop and stay. Coming back to that in and out breathing. If that breath is stopped, just noticing that. Because as you change positions, it's natural for us to hold our breath. You're thinking about doing something different, and that can be a place where you hold the breath. Come back to that in and out breathing. Now as you're folded forward, you might be able to feel that full belly pressing against the thighs. As it fills up, and then as it empties out, maybe you can deepen into that stretch a little bit. Those arms can just hang. You can grab opposite elbow. You can play with bending one knee a little deeper at a time, kind of shifting back and forth. Noticing the stretch down the back sides of the legs with that. Just being curious to what's showing up. Playing around with your movement. On your next breath in, slowly come up halfway. And then use your exhale to just stay there and take your arms out like airplane wings. Your next breath in, really press into the feet to rise up. Stretching overhead. Stay here and exhale. Noticing if you're a little lightheaded, maybe that tells you that going slower would be more optimal for you. Just listening to what's showing up. Breathe in, stretch up. Breathe out, press your arms down by your sides like you're moving through water. Engaging that core, pulling the belly button in towards your spine. Your arms are down by your sides. Feeling just a little bit of movement, standing here in your space, noticing that breath. See what's changed in you As you've done some breathing, you've done some movement. What's showing up for you? Go ahead and reach up, breathe in again. And from here, as you exhale, just start to squat down, taking it into your degree of a squat. And again, got a chair by you, out in front of you to hold on to, or a wall. You can get close to a wall in front of you or behind you. You can have your arms reaching out. You can have your arms reaching up. You can have your arms by your sides. What works for you to be here? Take a breath in. As you take another breath in. And we're going to just ease over to the right, moving in that direction. Just a gentle twist. Maybe taking that left elbow all the way over to the outside of that right knee if that's available for you. If not, you're just moving in that direction. Take a breath in. Your exhale maybe allows you to move a little bit more into that twist. Breathe in. Breathe out to come back to center. Take a breath in. Arms can reach out, and your exhale folds. You're dropping down, allowing that head to just hang heavy. Breathe in, and breathe out. Inhale, come up halfway again. Exhale, arms. Inhale, rise all the way up. Stay here and breathe out. Again, one more big breath in, stretch up. This time we're sinking down again into a chair. Just scooty out behind you. Arms can stay up, they can reach forward, they can even be down. Know what's going on here with your shoulders. I want to be careful about getting too intense there. Reach forward, breathe in. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart center. Breath in. Use your exhale to twist to the left. Ease over just to find your personal edge, right? Just find that edge and see if you can be with it. Breathe in. And exhale might allow you to move into that a little bit more. And inhale, come back to center. And breathe out to fold. Breath in comes up to halfway. Breath out, arms out like airplane wings. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, palms pressing down towards the ground. Okay, notice just with that movement, what's changed in your body. To do that check-in, you can just stand here. You can have eyes open. You can close your eyes. You can bring your hands to your heart center. Right now, the information that I'm getting from my body is I can notice my breathing just being just a little bit different. Just take notice of what's showing up in your body. From here, we're going to take that right foot forward, left foot back. Okay. You have a couple of options with that back foot. First of all, you can take it to whatever width of a stance is available to you, right? I'm going to invite you just to find as wide of a stance as you have available. You start to sink into where you're bending that right knee. The back foot, you can be on the ball of the back foot, or you can spin that back foot flat. So when you spin that back foot flat, but yet you're facing forward with your upper body, that can torque a little bit on the hips, the pelvis, the low back. Personally, I like to be on the ball of that back foot. Breathe in to reach up. Breathe out to sink into your legs. Breathe in, light upper body, reaching, stretching. Breathe out to sink into those strong legs. Breath in. And from here, as you exhale, hands to your heart. I'm going to spin my back foot flat, stretch my arms open, take my eyes over my front fingertips. So now I'm going to play with my distance a little bit with my feet. So that back foot's flat. Now my upper body is opening to the side instead of the front. So it feels okay for me to have that back foot flat. I'm using my exhale to sink my tailbone down towards the mat, really engaging my legs, holding my arms, dropping my shoulders, relaxing my shoulders. Breathe in to reverse. Back hand drops, front hand comes up. Stay here and exhale. Breathe in, reach up. Breathe out to bring that front arm down against your front leg. So you can rest the elbow on the knee. You can come down and grab the ankle, the shin. You can put your hand on the floor. You can put your hand on a block. And we're just going to turn that body a little bit, opening to the side. You can just pull that upper shoulder back and open across the chest like that. You can reach up and open up a little bit more with the whole arm. Noticing your breath, breathe in to reach up, pressing out of the far edge of that back foot. Stay here, exhale. And again, breathe in, stretch upward. Breathe out to take that arm overhead. Inhale. Reaching away from that left foot. Stay here and exhale. Breathe in to reach back up. Breathe out to stay here. Next breath in, I'm really pressing into that right foot, coming up, straightening that front leg. I'm going to turn my right toes in. I'm going to angle my left toes in. So big wide straddle with your toes angling in. I'm going to turn like this so you can see me. So toes angled in. A strap or a towel if you want to connect your arms. You don't have to connect them. You can just move towards it, or you can pick something different to do with your hands. So while we're getting this straddle stretch in, we're also going to get some work on the shoulders. You can take that right arm up and over. Left arm up your back. And you know what? I'm going to let you go ahead and have this so you can see the arms. So if your arms are long and you can grab your hands, grab your hands. If you just want to move in that direction, then you just move your hands in that direction to grab hold of them. This. Hands to your back pockets. You don't need anything to hold on to there. Interlace your hands. You don't necessarily need something to hold on to, but you can hold on behind your low back like this. Lots of options. Arms long, right? All right, so arm up over, one up the back. Breathe in, lift your heart up. Lean back a little bit if that's available. And as you exhale, you're going to slowly come forward, dropping into that straddle. Think about angling your toes in and your heels out. That helps save the knees. And then just allow your upper body to drop in. Allow your head to hang heavy. You know that head's attached to your neck. It's not going anywhere. So you can let it just kind of hang there. Maybe rotate it if that works for you. Always be very, very gentle with the neck. It's a sensitive area. Come back to your breathing.
Feel like your feet are suction cups on the mat, holding you in this place, letting that exhale maybe drop you in a little bit deeper each time. Next breath in, slowly come up to a halfway point. Stop there. Take another breath in from this place to bring you all the way up to a state.
So at any point, you can release your arms, right? Scoot your feet in a little bit. Turn your right toes towards the top of the mat. And you're going to create kind of a mini triangle with your feet. Heels on one line. Right toes forward. Your left toes are kind of...
This is, this is just the outline that I'm guiding you to do. Please listen to your body and adjust for what you're able to do. So I'm still got my arms bound up here. If you're done with that, take that top arm out first, the right arm, and then the left arm nice and slow. If you can still move into this next one with the arms like this, then go ahead and breathe in to lift the chest up a little bit. And breathe out as you pull that belly button in towards your spine to forward bend over that right leg. Give a little bend to that right knee. Drop in, and again, let your head hang heavy. Breathe in and breathe out. Keep the core engaged, imagining that belly button pulling towards the spine. If you're a little wobbly, create some space between your feet. I could feel the wobble there, and I noticed that, I almost had that left foot more to the right side. So adjusting, if something doesn't feel right, adjust it in the moment. All right, breathe in to slowly come up halfway. From here in this place, feels like a good moment to go ahead and start to release out with my arms. So I'm just going to let that right arm hang down, come out nice and slow, and then I'm taking my left arm out really slow because it's been jacked up my back. So I'm just going to stay forward and just let my arms hang for a moment, a little wiggling. And then I'm taking my hands to my hips, and with my next breath in, pressing all the way up to standing. Okay. Step both feet up together. Let's do a couple of balance poses.
So balance, I'm going to do tree pose. And tree, you can do kickstand right here. Just the toes close to the earth, right? And just like a little kickstand with your feet. If you want to get...
Hold on to a chair or something. No judgment. Obviously, I can't even see you, but for yourself, think about how you can support you in doing this. If you don't work on balance every day, there's no reason why you should be able to just step into this and expect yourself to be good at balancing. So give yourself some grace and find a place that works for you. So maybe it's a kickstand, maybe it's on the calf, maybe it's all the way up on the inner thigh. So we'll see what my pants are working like today. They were real slippery the other day when I was working on this. All right, hands to your heart center. And noticing how your body's living in this space. Can you give it some support by stacking, right? Stacking joints. And the thing is if you fall out of your balancing poses, a little bit of a laugh, a little bit of a grin, come back. Try not to take it so seriously, right? It's a practice. We keep practicing. We keep coming back. We keep coming back. Keep coming back. And if you can do it with a little lightheartedness, it just opens up that energy around you a little bit, right? In this place, you can keep your hands right here like this. You can go into tree arms. You can interlace your hands behind your back. So many options. You could go into
a towel up over, and grab a hold of a towel if you had that handy. You can interlace your fingers and flip your your palms towards the ceiling. Personally, I feel like this, well, as I say that, I'm gonna fall. No, I'm not. Personally, yep. I feel like this helps with balance, usually. Take a big breath in.
Heart center. Inhale and step out. Ooh, yeah, and then I feel it in that standing leg, right? All right, so going to the other side. That left leg can be kickstand, calf, or thigh. And it might be different from one side to the other. You might be totally able to rock all the way up on the thigh on one side, and then it's just a tippy toe on the other. So remember, things can affect your balance. Lots of things can affect your balance.
Things like TBIs, things like big emotional stuff going on in your life, things like head colds, things like the stones in your ears out of whack. Have you heard of that? That's a thing.
Affects your balance. Again, don't be too hard on yourself. Know, as much as you can about yourself and how you're showing up in the moment with what's going on for you, and then give yourself some grace within that. So I chose on this side to interlace behind my back, and I feel more steady on this side. Some information that I know for myself, as I'm again wobbling, some information that I know about myself is that I am mostly right-sided. I say that because there's a few things that I do with my left hand. I'm left eye dominant, but but I'm mostly right-footed, right-handed. So it's going to feel a little bit more steady for me on my right side. Maybe an injury or something to that extent would affect one side for you. All right, inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands back to your heart. Breathe in and step out. All right, having a good time with myself today. Find your body in this space. Felt good just to roll my shoulders there. We're going to reach up and breathe in. Exhale, fold forward. Dropping in, a little bend to the knees. Allow that head to hang and be heavy. I'm going to circle it around one direction a few circles, and then I'm going to switch that and circle around the other direction. Inhale to come up halfway. Exhale, arms out like
Wings. Breathe in, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands pressing down by your sides. All right, we're gonna hit the other side. So this time, left foot going forward, right foot stepping back. Options again, spin that back foot flat, but your upper body's facing towards the top of your mat, so that can be
like that. It can be a little bit of a torque. Maybe that works for you. I'm going to pop up under the ball of my foot, and I'm going to slide my legs apart a little bit more. So find the space that works for you. Ground down, engage with the feet, engage with the legs, really get strong. And then breathe in to rise up. Light upper body. Exhale to sink down, tailbone coming down towards the ground. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. All right, from here we're opening up. So I'm going to bring my hands down, stretch my arms open as I spin that back foot flat. Playing with the distance of the legs. Noticing my shoulders are tight, kind of relaxing and dropping them, still keeping the arms open. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in to drop that back hand down. Reach up with that front one. This is a reverse warrior. Big breath in, stretch up. Breath out, come forward. Drop that left arm down on the inside of the left leg. Block can be really great here. And you've got different sizes, right? Because you can turn it and get different sizes. Leaning into that. Reaching up with that right arm if that's available for you. Maybe you're just opening across your chest just by pulling your upper shoulder back. Big breath in as you stretch up. Breath out to reach overhead. To reaching away from that right foot. Really anchoring in with the right foot. Stretching away from it. Breathing. Next in breath, reach up. Stay here and breathe out. Rise up. Turn the right toes in. Left toes are already kind of angled in. So toes in, heels out, big wide straddle again. I'm grabbing my towel. You don't need to have a towel. Like I said, you can just move in that direction, but this time my left arm's going up and over. My right arm goes up the back. I can already tell there's a difference in the tightness of my right shoulder to what my left one was last time. You don't need a towel. You can just move in that direction. You don't need to even do it like this. Remember, you can interlace behind your back, or you can just take your hands to your back pockets. Whatever works for you. Maybe one shoulder has just had a surgery or has an injury. So taking care of you by only doing what your body is able to show up for in the moment. Breathe in, lift up, lean back. We're not trying to cause injuries. We're trying to give ourselves, exhale to come forward, the ability to keep moving from one day to the next by showing up and connecting with our bodies. Inhale and exhale. Maybe a little bend in the knees. Notice what's available for you. You can also rock forward to those toes, feeling a little off balance, and then really press into the heels and engage. Next breath in, come up halfway. If you're ready to release your arms, go ahead, but if not, stay here and exhale. Inhale, pressing all the way up. Scoot those feet in towards each other a little bit. Left toes turn towards the top of the mat. Your back foot is stepped up a little bit. Heels are on one line. Those right toes kind of angling out. Inhale, lifting the chest up a little. Maybe leaning back. This is a place you could get a back bend if that felt good. With your exhale, you're coming over that left leg. Drop in. And again, at any point, you can release your arms and just let them dangle by your sides or connect with your back pockets. Little bend in your knee. Keep using that exhale to sink into the stretch. Halfway place, and this is where I'm going to take my arms out. So I'm slowly taking that left arm out, and I'm going to let it hang and dangle. And then the right one comes out even slower. I can feel that it's a little stiff from being up there. And I'm just going to let it hang, and I'm going to dangle it. Give it a little movement. Take a big breath in. I'm going to take one more deep stretch in with my exhale. And exhale, arms like airplane wings. Inhale, rising all the way up. Step my feet up together. We're going to do another balancing pose here and just shaking, getting the energy moving out. Okay, balancing pose. Right hand to your right kneecap. Taking those eyes with a gentle focus on one spot out in front of you. Slowly open that knee out to the side. And maybe that's enough right there for you. If you want to keep going, you can open that left arm out. Notice if you're holding your breath, and just come back to the in and out, right? You're moving, you're changing, you're thinking, you're focusing, you're possibly focusing on what's going on, what you're doing. So go ahead and just come back to that breath and be with your breath right here in the moment. So this right foot that's hanging here, go ahead and rotate that. Take it and circle it a few times in one direction and then change your direction. If you're ready to enhance this a little bit more, you can take your gaze and look at your open left arm. And then slowly come back to center. Bring your hands to your hips, pressing that right leg straight out in front of you. Notice what that does to your upper body. So you can stack shoulders over hips. Inhale, reach up. Stay here and exhale. Breathe in to lift. Stay and breathe out. One more big lift up. And then exhale to step it down. Little shake. Going to the other side. Right hand to your right hip. Left knee comes up. Grab a hold of it. And again, at any point, you can start rotating that left ankle since it's hanging out there. Slowly take it out to the side. Focusing your gaze on one spot. See if you can get your body in a upright, lifted standing position. Opening that arm out to the side if that's available to you. Don't forget about rotating that left ankle and come back to that breath, that in and out breath. Now here's one more thing you can do is turn your eyes to the right. Breathe and be with this. And if you start to fall, a little laugh, a little smile, a little lighthearted. Come back to center. Hands to your hips. Pressing that leg straight out in front of you. Again, notice where that body's living. See if you reach up. Stay and breathe out. Breathe in to lift a little. Stay and breathe out. One more. Lift up. Breathe in. And exhale. Step it down. A little bit of a shake. All right. Feeling yourself right here in this moment. Come back here where we started. This place of just being standing and still right here. End here. If it's doesn't work for you to lay down on your mat, a couple of options is you can just stay standing, and you can do what I'm going to suggest to do lying down, which we're going to go into a full body twist. So that could be, you can still keep your toes on the ground, and you can just take each leg that I name across your body, or you can balance it. You can just keep a toe on the floor. So you can do what I'm about to do from the ground. You can do it standing. You can have a chair, and you can sit in your chair. If it's available for you to get on the ground, just go ahead and ease down. Maybe come down onto those tiptoes. Heels lifted a little bit, planting your hands. Ease yourself down to the mat. Under your back. Squeezing the knees in for a moment. Give yourself a hug. And keep that right leg pulled in. Left hand to your right kneecap. So if you're standing or sitting, you're just reaching that left hand over to the right kneecap. You're opening your right arm to the side, and you're taking that right knee across your body. Turn your eyes to look to the right. And don't forget to breathe. That breath anchors you in the moment. It brings you right here, right now. Knee being with whatever's showing up, knowing that you can be with it one breath at a time. Using that exhale to just get that sweet sensation of twisting into this. And then slowly shift to your back. Squeeze that right knee into your chest. Maybe a little lifting up with that left leg, pressing out of the sole of that left foot. And then you're going to switch. Pull in that left knee, take your right hand to your left kneecap, open that left arm out to the side, taking that left knee across your chest, turning your eyes to the left. Noticing that breath. Feeling the support of the surface underneath you, whether you're standing, sitting, or lying, you have a surface supporting you. Go ahead and shift to your back. Squeeze that left knee in. Lift that right leg up a little bit if that feels good. Squeeze in, press out. And then both knees squeezing in. Give yourself a big hug. Maybe you're sitting in a chair and you're curling forward, or you're standing and you're just wrapping your arms around yourself. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, I want you to take your arms overhead, stretching away from your toes. Big stretch. And again, you can do this just standing, right? Just reaching up. If you're sitting, you can do it from the sitting position. Just reach up. Take a big breath in, one more stretch, and then exhale, relax. Into that seated position. If you're standing, just allow your arms to hang down. Just stand there with a gentleness to your position. Just be as relaxed as you can right where you're at, feeling the support of the surface underneath you. Allowing all the energies to settle. Allowing your breath to go back to a natural place. And then from here, as you're ready, just moving to your right side. From that laying position, if you're standing, just standing right where you're at. Seated, just seated right where you're at. But if you're lying down, you're going to roll to that right side and then ease up into a seated position. And again, feeling the surface underneath you, wherever you're at, feeling that connection. Just feeling like a string is pulling up out of the crown of your head, connected to your spine. Like a plumb line all the way down your spine, that tailbone pointing towards the ground. Feeling that sense of dignity in your upper body. Hands can be at your side. And a belly, they can be at your heart center, both of them, whatever you choose, however you want to wrap this up. And maybe you're still lying there and you just want to stay in that position and just keep soaking this in and enjoy a little rest, a little meditation. But from here, we're going to be finished, and just want you to know that the light in me sees and honors the light in you. Breathe in and breathe out. Thanks so much for joining me.